Carolyn and myself are going to present on DFexplore training videos. My name's Michael Holsworth. I'm a senior data manager and database programmer working for the NIH. And I've been involved with DFdiscover for about 20 years. Carolyn, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Carolyn Scott. I'm a clinical data manager at DFnet. I've also been working in DFdiscover for about 20 years as well.
So as I mentioned, I work at the NIH. I work in a team called Global Clinical Data Services, which is part of an international biomedical research support program. And basically, we provide research support services to clinical studies based outside the United States and funded by the NIH. Just to give you an idea of our operation, we support over 100 DFdiscover studies. When I say support, we don't provide data management support services to all of those studies, but we do provide system support and other technical support for those studies. We do provide some data management support for some of the studies. We also support over 900 DFdiscover users. So what I'm trying to say is it's quite a lot of studies and it's quite a lot of users. And at one time or another, all these users required training. So as you can imagine, training and development is one of our biggest challenges. And when we're talking about new users or new studies, this training and development challenge can differ from role to role. For example, if I'm training a statistician, we've got a module called DFexplore for statisticians, which can just take 1 hour, where we just introduce them to DFexplore and we introduce them to the status view and the dashboard view, and we teach them how to export data. So that's a relatively easy training effort. But for example, if we train in a role like a data manager, then that can take hours and hours and days, because the data manager needs to understand DFexplore and all of its functionality, and also understand DFcollect, because more and more these days we are relying on a hybrid data collection model. So we're using both DFcollect and DFexplore. So depending on the role, it can really take quite a lot of effort to train study team members. Even for new staff members who are joining our GCDS team, generally we look for a combination of skills. We look for data management skills and experience. We look for programming skills and experience, and we look for DFdiscover programming experience and skills. But very seldom we can get this combination of skills and experience. So very often we have to train new staff members on DFdiscover, and this process can take a long time. And as you know, to become comfortable with DF setup can take at least a year to get the necessary skills and experience to set up your own study. So about 2 years ago, we decided to develop an online training platform, and we also wanted to develop modular training videos, which we could then organize into courses. When I talk about modular training videos, I talk about taking a big topic like DFexplore and breaking it down into smaller modular topics, which we can then divide into different courses for the different roles. So initially we came up with the training matrix, which you see in front of you. And on the left-hand side, you can see we took DFexplore as a large topic, and we broke it down into smaller modular topics. For example, show outstanding problems for the page, or show history of changes for a field or a page, or missing value codes. So you can see we've taken the large topic and broken it down into smaller topics. On the right-hand side of the table, you can see at the top, we've got our standard roles, which we assign to different studies. like view only, data entry, coder, monitor, statistician, programmer, PI, data manager, and database developer. And then we've actually assigned the modular topics to the different roles. So what we did with this matrix is we kind of created a course for DFexplore. We then went to DFnet and we contracted DFnet to help us develop the training videos. And so far we have developed about 40 training videos. And if I do say so myself, the training videos are really amazing. The production quality is amazing, the scripting is amazing, and the narration is very good. And every training video has got a training overview, and it's also got a learning check. Carolyn is going to talk more about the process of developing these videos, and she's also going to be showing you an example of one of these videos.
Thanks, Michael.
Over to you, Carolyn.
Thank you. So this is a very quick flow of the process, and in the next couple of slides I'll define them a little more, but we started basically working with Michael and his team to define the topics. Then DFnet wrote scripts for each topic. We worked with a videographer to create the videos, and then there was review and revision between us and the NIH, and then we produced our final videos. So in the next slide, we can break up the topic a little bit more. So the training topics, as Michael said, they defined what they wanted to see in each video, which was fine with us, but we did have some back and forth because we may have wanted to separate out some topics that we knew would be too long of a video, or maybe combine ones that we knew we could put in that would make sense to put together and still be a short video. For writing the scripts, we involved many of our DFnet staff. So I want to thank everybody because it was a mass effort to have anybody with knowledge of Explore or any of these topics to help write the scripts, because there were a lot of them. So thank you to everybody who helped do that. I instructed everybody to write as if someone was sitting next to you and you were training. So you would write what you would say, but then you would also include the navigation for the videographer in a different font or color. So when the videographer was making the video, they would know what to say and where to point the cursor. We were instructing everyone to be concise. Basically 1 to 3 pages of a script was 3 to 5 minutes of a video, which was our goal. We tried not to make any longer than 5 minutes because that's really the amount that would hold someone's attention if they were learning training videos. Next slide, Michael.
Sorry, there we go.
So then we contracted with a videographer who has had experience using DFexplore. And I have to say to our Frontier Science attendees today, you're going to be very excited when you hear it because it's someone who used to work with us. So it was a former data manager who now makes videos. So we were very lucky to work with her because she was able to know the system as well. We didn't actually have to train on DFexplore, which would have taken a lot more time. The videos were created with a software called Screencast-O-Matic. Once they were done, they came back to me. I reviewed them against the script to make sure they followed exactly what we wanted. And if they didn't, they went back and forth. But once I was happy with it, I sent it on to NIH and we collaborated until the video was final. The next slide will show you. These are currently the final videos we have. We have a few more that are in the works that we're working with Michael and his team on, but you can see they're all topics you would want to train on. And we've had some new staff here at DFnet actually reviewing them for us. And I've had comments that they're extremely helpful for a new person to learn individual parts of how DFexplore works. So I think they're going to be extremely helpful to everybody. So the next slide is actually a video, one of the videos. So we want to show it and play it for you. It's about 3 minutes. So you can see it and see what you think. Take it away, Michael.
Okay, thanks.
DFexplore Training, Data View. This video will show you how to use and navigate within Data View. The Data View allows access to subject folders. Here, data can be entered, queries can be raised and responded to, and entered data can be reviewed for accuracy and completeness. Required fields within a plate are marked red and must be completed prior to saving. Fields in black are optional. Date fields are equipped with a calendar picker to assist with entry. Radio buttons allow for a single option to be selected. Checkboxes allow for multiple options and responses to be selected. Once all required fields are entered, the page can be saved as final. Please note, if any required fields are not completed, the form cannot be saved as final and must be saved as incomplete instead.
If any key fields, such as visit number, are missing, the form must be saved as pending.
Fields with resolved queries will be highlighted in green. Fields with outstanding queries will be highlighted in blue. Query detail, category, and status can be viewed in the Metadata Editor panel. Data relating to the query can either be updated if incorrect, or a response to the query can be provided. Any change made to previously entered and saved information requires a reason for data value. The status of the reason for data value is indicated by different colors. Pending reasons are highlighted in orange, and those must be approved by a data manager. Once approved, they will be highlighted in green. If a test was not completed or a value is not available for a specific required field, a missing value code can be assigned.
If a test is not completed or a value is not available for a specific required field, a missing value code can be assigned by navigating to that field and then choosing from the missing value codes in the missing value box.
Once a missing value code has been assigned to a required field, the field is highlighted in green. DFexplore contains functionality for monitors to mark data as source data verified. Entered data is reviewed by comparing the source documents with the database. To indicate that review has been completed, the SDV checkbox at the bottom of each page will be ticked once the monitor saves the page. Learning checks. Required fields are indicated in black and must be entered prior to saving a CRF. False. Required fields are indicated in red. Checkboxes allow you to select multiple options and responses. True. Checkboxes allow for multiple responses to be entered for a single question. The SDV checkbox is checked to confirm that the CRF has been completed. False. The SDV checkbox is checked to confirm that the source data has been verified against the database.
That's great. Thanks, Carolyn. So as you can see, the training videos are really fantastic and well produced. At the NIH, what we are doing is we're taking these videos and we're putting them on the Moodle learning platform. Lakshmi actually gave a talk about this about a year ago. As you may know, Moodle stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. Moodle is a free and open source learning management system written in PHP and distributed under the general public license. And why we like Moodle is it allows us to put all of these training videos onto an online environment, which is available all of the time. And we can arrange these training videos into courses, and we can also track how and when our users access these courses and how and when our users complete the courses. And as you know, it will also generate a certain amount of documentation, which is very important for our authorization process and giving people access to the system. This slide just contains a screenshot of the Moodle system. You can see the training videos, which have been arranged into various courses. This is still a work in progress, but just to give you an idea of where we're going with this training platform. As Laura was talking about in her presentation, in recent years, the DFdiscover ecosystem has really increased dramatically. As Laura was saying, There's DF Web, which is a web application for browser-based data collection. There's DF Collect, which is a tablet app for online, offline data collection. DF Engage, which is a mobile app for ePro data collection. And DF Consent, which is an e-consent tool. So the ecosystem has really increased dramatically, and going forward, we really hope to continue working with DFnet to develop training videos. Our immediate priority is DF Setup and DF Collect. And thanks, that brings me to the end of our presentation.